Okay, so it's a nice sunny day to go downtown and take a look at a wall that I've been commissioned to paint. So I want to take some photographs of it and come up with some ideas of what can go on that wall. And, those colors. It's like a less than a penny. Through the town, and we're gonna go to Hako Walk, and it's really quite pretty there, and let's go check it out. First sunny day that we've had in a while, so we'll go for a nice bike ride.
If only I knew. Weeks and weeks earlier, I saw him on the street. He said he finally had enough money to pay the artists, somehow admitting that he was aware that he'd been underpaying the artists before this project. He said that we, as the artists, could paint whatever we wanted, and it should be a total creative reflection and representation of our individual artist's style. We were free to paint what we wanted, and we'd get paid fairly for our work. A woman I know who works for him called me weeks later, while he was gone on an extended holiday, to tell me that they had a wall for me to paint outside of a new restaurant. And of course, I was super excited. I mean, what an honor to be asked to do this, and I could use the work and the money and the recognition. I had some ideas of what I wanted to express, and I wanted to send an image of the kind of illustration or the kind of painting, the image that I wanted to produce for that particular space. Now, the challenge was my old computer had died, and that's where I had Photoshop and Illustrator. And in order to execute this image perfectly, which is what I wanted to, onto the wall, I needed the precision and efficiency that only a vector image could get me. So I researched for days, and I knew that I couldn't get a crack or a torrent anymore, so I started looking at open source. I found something that was interesting. In the meantime, I downloaded a free trial of Photoshop, only for 7 days. They don't have the 30 days anymore. So I quickly sent her an idea of what it was that I wanted to put on the wall, and she got back to me and she said that she loved it, but unfortunately she could only pay me $500. Oh, okay, so that's new. She also told me that the owner of the restaurant would also be involved in the decision making process. And she would like a more feminine depiction on the wall, something with a woman in it. This was also new, so I needed to rethink the design and I needed to come up with a different color scheme where I didn't have to buy so many different colors of paint. So I got busy learning this new open source program, which is quite a bit different than Photoshop and Illustrator, and I put together an idea with some women in it. Three different women, in fact. It has less colors. So I thought that would look really nice on the wall. And apparently they thought it would look nice on the wall too. So the owner invited me for dinner to speak about the project. I was a little bit hesitant as everybody knows each other in Hako and I have had some experience with this person. Years ago, she had another restaurant with her boyfriend that I used to go to, and she wouldn't look at me. She wouldn't acknowledge me at all. In fact, so much so that my friends would notice that she was completely ignoring me. So I go to her place to have dinner as requested, and she doesn't sit down and she eats no meal with me. She only starts to critique what she doesn't like about my design idea.
I think this is the wall right here. Pretty cute, eh? Look at this mural over here. It's nice. It's kind of neat, right? Not bad. So there's the wall that I want to do. Look at this nice thing up here. Crochet. Actually, let's just take a little look around here. Very un-Costa Rican. I feel like I'm in Florida when I'm in this area. It's very new and modern.
So, what she did say that she wanted to have a representation of her mother, she wanted it also to be more sexy, she wanted movement, she didn't want animals, she wanted flowers instead. She wanted it to match this decal that she was willing to pay a lot of money for that's on these big windows that she has, which is like a It's a vector image that you can get, off stock, and they're just of flowers that is a sticker put on a window to make it look like it's beveled, embossed in that decal design. But she paid a lot of money for that, so that's worth a lot of money for her. But I guess a hand painted mural on her wall is not worth that much. In any event, she wanted it to be less busy, and by the image that I had shown her, she's looking at it on a little tiny phone. So each leaf, she doesn't I guess doesn't get that each leaf is going to be 3 feet long. So I don't know how busy that's going to be. And as you can see, it's at eye level. So it's going to give the opportunity for the viewers to see a lot of detail if there was. Anyway, she wanted it to have like a tica in it, so I guess she wanted it to look Latina. She wanted to be representative of Costa Rica. After listening to her for 30 minutes and hearing everything that she had to say, I finally said something to her. I just started to consolidate everything that she had just said so that we understand exactly what she wants included in this now third design. And she literally held her hand up at me, stopped me from talking, and said, "Look, I could do it myself if I had the time, but you're doing it, and so it's up to you. You're the artist, so this is your thing, but if I, going to have to do this, then I would just do it myself." Okay then. So there's an impossible conversation to have with this woman. So I ended up coming up with another design, and I didn't get an answer, and I didn't get an answer. And finally, I wrote another message, and she says, "Oh, yes, I bumped into the owner. She says she's not crazy about the design." And that was all that she said. So I left it at that. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Chase around after somebody who I know doesn't like me? Do 10 more designs? Apparently, it's an impossibility to speak more with her about what it is that she wants to achieve here on the wall. I'm supposed to be clairvoyant, and with her, I'm just not. I still have a lot more to learn about this new program, this new Inkscape program. Does anybody out there know it?
That lady in red behind me, she wanted me to do art lessons for her. I haven't done that yet. So basically, I think that will be a lot better thing for me to do than what I'm doing now. What I'm doing now is not challenging. Actually, what I'm doing now, I think is morally corrupt. I've never done a job that I like by principle. I just don't agree with it. And I'm sure a lot of people do it and it's fine. And they think it's fine. I don't think it's fine. So I'm doing it so that I can eat. But I really need to be doing something different. I think what I'm doing is immoral. That's just my opinion. A lot of things that people do that I think is immoral. Stay off the road, doggy. Oh, the dog. Stray dogs on the street. I've seen so many get hit. It terrifies me. I've spent a lot of time saving doggies. Saving doggies that nobody cares about. I like that wall. That'd be a fun little project to do. Go home now and book my flight. And then I have a time frame to work within. There's a doggy! That would be a lot better. And then I can figure out what from there. Hey! Un casa enorme! The kids are making a tree house. Hola, ¿todo bien? Okay, so that's that. Now I'm gonna go think about some designs.